Hi everyone, Chad Burton here with the next episode of our American Bar Association series on helping our profession weather the pandemic and figuring out this remote work life that we have now. In previous videos, we've talked a lot about how to become remote, tools that will make it easier, managing your people, all the core issues that are there to help your law firm continue to not just survive, but hopefully thrive throughout the pandemic. What now? We're a few weeks into this concept at this point. I know it varies depending upon firm and states, but um, what we're seeing now is that most people are figuring out kind of their new normal of what it means to uh, be shut in and continue to operate a firm. And so now, most lawyers, and I know there's exceptions, but most lawyers' phones don't seem to be ringing, obviously, as much as they used to. You probably have some work, or maybe even a lot of work from before the pandemic hit that you can continue to work on. But we are also seeing a lot of people with extra time on their hands. And this is where the opportunity is to build on your firm and to help position it to be stronger coming out. So I want to just talk about how you can think about leveraging your technology better that maybe you already have or that you're going to adopt. So let's cover both of those. One, many law firms have already adopted some form of a uh, case management software or a customer relationship management software, whatever it is, whether it's legal specific or not. Most firms are only using a small percentage of its features. And this often comes from the fact that it gets adopted, you do some training, and you start using it. And the busyness of the practice keeps you from really implementing all of its features, customization, automation, how it can integrate with other software. And so now is a time where you can really dig in and figure out what would help your firm run more smoothly. A lot of it may be related to the concept of intake, which we've talked about before, making sure that you are tracking where your clients are coming from so you know which your lead sources are good. Um, Maybe it's document automation, a lot of case management software, including some blueprint vendors, which we'll list below here in below the video, have document automation built in. This is a chance to take those core documents that you or your teammates spend a lot of time generating from scratch or copying and pasting from old documents and automating them within your case management software. This allows you to gather information from your clients, let's say from an intake form, or entered in manually into your case management software, and then generate documents automatically. That's a great time saver on this, especially when we're thinking about coming out of the pandemic and what that looks like. The more you can streamline your processes, the more you're going to be able to really focus on your pricing model. If you need to move from hourly to fixed fee because that's going to be the client demand, which we're not sure what it looks like now, but very well could be that, or you are doing limited scope engagements coming out of this because the economy has hurt people and so they may be spending less. Having document automation in place will be huge. Um, so if you have technology in place, case management software and kind of related tools, take the time now, and maybe, and to be clear, maybe it's you, maybe it's somebody on your team. It's okay to delegate this because there are people that maybe don't have as much work as you do, or are sitting around half the day bored because their job description has changed in light of this situation. Delegate it to somebody else. Have people go through your technology and make sure that it's being used to its full potential. And if you have questions on how things function, most of legal technologies websites is going to have a help center for you. So you can watch videos and learn how they expect you to use it, and then implement those features within your case management workflow. So that's one, if you've got the technology. The other angle that I want to talk about is whether, if you don't have it. Uh, we are seeing a lot of firms that are adopting new technology and signing up for it because they didn't have it. Maybe they had on-premise, meaning loaded directly to your computer, document storage like a server or case management software, and have been wanting to upgrade to the cloud for quite some time. We're seeing that occur. Now, there's different ways to approach this, especially where you are now. If your firm has the time, it's a great time to fully onboard and do just like what we're talking about with those that have the software. But if you feel like you need to triage the onboarding, that's okay. It's okay to sign up for software and use the core functionality that you need, tracking contacts and billing clients, recording time and getting it out the door, collecting payments through credit card processing. Those are core things you can start using now and worry about the rest later if you don't have the time. So you don't feel like you have to um, really engage every aspect of the software if you don't feel like it right now. A lot of people are feeling low on energy and lacking productivity. One, maybe this is something that could energize you and you can put your time towards it. But at the same time, you can also leverage this in small doses to make sure that you're implementing it. Uh, Recently discussed this in the context of what it's like to develop software. So there's two concepts. There's like agile project management, which means as you get features done in software, you roll them out to users. You don't wait until everything's done. And then the opposite concept is a waterfall methodology, which means you have specs and you don't roll out the software until all the features are done and it's perfect or close to perfect. That waterfall methodology is how most law firms think about rolling technology out within the firm. They want it to be perfect. Perfect is not necessary. Use the agile model and just roll out what you need if you're adopting new technology. It will be less stressful and it will be easier on you as you go. So now is a great time to think about your software usage, whether it's something you have already or you adopt new software uh, for purposes of improving your firm. Like I said earlier, we're going to list several tools below this video so you can see what blueprint options are out there, and you feel free to go ahead and explore those and even reach out to the companies if you want to learn more about them. Thank you very much.